Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another episode of Intuitive Angling, and I really appreciate you guys swinging by, checking the channel out today and watching the video. Always very grateful for that. Guys, today I'm going to give you my opinion and sort of an overview of the 2024 Bassmaster Elite Series. I'm going to go through each tournament, and I'm going to give you guys a prediction on how I think it's going to get won, and we're just going to sort of talk about the season overall in today's video. So should be interesting, and also I'll be interested in getting your guys' comments on it as well. Also guys, big thank you to everybody out there that has taken time to subscribe to Intuitive Angling this week, and I just wanted to give everybody a big thank you for that, and also a big thanks to everybody that's been using my tackle warehouse and my solar bat links that I put in the description of each video. If you need to buy fishing tackle, that's a great way to support the channel, and much appreciated everybody that's helping out there. Okay guys, I've got the schedule written down here. I'm going to go through each one of these tournaments and sort of give you my opinion of it, and sort of a general overview of the season. Now, first of all, before we get into the season, there's going to be a couple things that you are going to see coming about. First of all, over the off season, since the season wrapped up last fall out there, so many of the Elite Series guys out there, since there's zero limitations on electronic technology and it's balls to the wall, no stopping it, there's so many guys out there that are just going just to the next level and having the most ridiculous live scope forward facing sonar setups you've ever seen. There's guys out there that are having multiple transducers, multiple forward facing sonar transducers placed around their boat everywhere. You know, so many people out there now have 6 graphs on their boat. The setup that these guys are using has been taken to the next level because they realize Bassmaster has put them in a position where they can't compete without it. If they're going to compete on the Elite Series tournament, they have got to be a spotlighter. There's no other way around it. One first prediction I'm going to make, guys, is all the real bass fishermen out there that fish traditional bass fishing techniques and operate under the presumption of you need to have a knowledge of seasonal patterns and bass movement and understanding, and have a diverse repertoire of techniques available out there to match those conditions. Those guys are going to get their butts kicked this year. This year is going to be 100 complete total domination with forward-facing sonar, the same way it was last year. So we're going to get into that on each one of these tournaments. And I'm just doing the Elite Series, guys, because Bass Pro Tour, I can't keep up with it. They make so many changes with their formats and tournaments and this and that. I'm just done trying to follow it. I can't keep up with all the changes over there, so we're just going to talk about the Elite Series here. Okay, guys, they're starting off next month in February down at Toledo Bend. My prediction on that is going to get one live scoping, absolutely 100%, probably with a combination of some type of a different size swim bait, jerk bait, that type of stuff. No doubt in my mind that's going to happen. And then they go straight from Toledo Bend I think a week later to Lake Fork. That's going to be the same deal, guys. It's going to get one live scoping out there in that standing timber, you know, with a jerk bait or swim bait, something like that. The first 2 tournaments are going to be dominated jerk bait, swim bait. Live scopers out there, they're going to catch them. Everybody else is going to absolutely struggle, you know, to catch any fish with that. And one of the things about this, before I get into the next tournament here, is you're going to see that when you're talking about the catch rates this year, don't pay any attention to the catch rates, because the catch rates that come from spotlighting bass are an illusion. Those you can't really count those fish as far as in a creel study or anything like that. So this illusion of better fishing or higher weights created by this technology is something that doesn't apply to the real world of bass fishing. Okay, the next one is March, the Bassmasters Classic down at Grand. I feel sorry for Grand Lake. I'm sick that they're having the Classic there, because the lake has been basically ruined in the past by the Wolf Creek facility, and the Classic and all the other tournaments it's brought there is devastated Grand Lake. The Classic at Grand Lake is going to get one same way. It's going to get one live scoping down on the lower end of the lake. Again, it's going to be some type of a jerk bait, you know, swim bait type of a deal. Absolutely going to get one. There's going to be some guys that finish middle of the pack, you know, just throwing a jerk bait down the bank or throwing a crankbait or something like that. but the Classic will get run live scoping or spotlighting. Let me correct the correct phrase there. Next two, guys, is going to be two April tournaments in Florida, one at the Harris Chain, one at St. John's River. Harris Chain, again, is going to get one spotlight. And somebody's going to win that tournament there by spotlighting over some of those grass beds, either in Lake Griffin or Lake Harris out there, wherever the predominant grass is. Probably going to wind up catching them, again on a jerk bait or, possibly a chatter bait or something like that. But they're going to be spotlighting shallow grass in that tournament. The only one that could be an outlier is the next one at the St. John's River, although I do think it's going to get one spotlighting in Rodman Pool and the standing timber there. At that time of year, there's a couple different things that could possibly work. That if there's any chance for a real bass angler to do well on the Elite Series, it's going to be April at the St. John's River there. Then in May, we get right back to Lake Murray. We get right back into the spotlighters wheelhouse again. Lake Murray in May, it's going to be post-spawn tournament. Those fish are going to be out there chasing those herring off those secondary and main lake points. Definitely going to be a spotlighting tournament there. Probably going to be a combination of things working there. There's probably going to be some topwater fishing. Again, jerk bait, swim bait, all the typical forward-facing sonar stuff. From May, the next tournament, they go to Lake Wheeler in June. Again, that tournament's going to get one spotlight, and probably on the Decatur Flats. Those guys are going to get out there on those shallow stump flats and shell bars and spotlight those fish out there on those shallow flats. Again, it could, some type of a moving bait, probably swim bait, jerk bait. Jerk bait, some type of jerk bait or swim bait is going to dominate this year. It does, and the swim bait genre is going to be anywhere between like a little, 2.5 inch swim bait up to a big swim bait or glide bait, 8 or 10 inches long. But swim bait with the way the schedule is here for the spotlight, and it's going to be a predominant technique. Next tournament, June, Smith Lake. You can guarantee that if you're not spotlighting with a little swim bait in that tournament, you're not going to do any good at all. Every one of those fish in June at Smith Lake, all those spotted bass are going to be suspended around those docks and out on those points in the middle of the guts. It's going to be a spotlighter's haven in that tournament with a little 2.5 or 3 inch swim bait on there. And the final two guys in August at Lake Champlain and the St. Lawrence River, I don't even have to tell you what's going to happen up there. That's going to be a 100% spotlight domination tournament, weenie worming around, little flat worming and all that type of stuff. Guys spotlighting, smallmouth in the river and Lake Ontario both. If you try to fish for smallmouth the way that they normally are fished for with a jerk bait or spinner bait or topwater, you're going to get your butt kicked unbelievably embarrassing. So anyway, there you have it, guys. That for all the season out there, my prediction is that 90% of, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that St. John's River is going to get one spotlight in Rodman Pool. So in my opinion, 100% every tournament, including the Bassmasters Classic, is going to get one spotlighting, probably by guys you have never heard before. There is a growing segment of the Bassmaster Elite Series anglers that nobody has ever heard before. And I'm not demeaning those anglers out there, because everybody has to start somewhere. But you're seeing a huge influx of people that nobody has ever seen before fishing, because so many anglers now, spotlighting is their entire game. They don't have any other approach or technique or way that they fish aside from spotlighting. And you're going to see that stand out this year. You're going to see the younger crop of anglers out there dominate this year by spotlighting. And you're going to see all the other guys, all the more traditional, well-known anglers that have years of experience, they're going to be at the bottom of the list, absolutely out there. So anyway, guys, this is the trend. Until Bassmaster steps up and does the right thing and starts listening to their constituency and their viewers that do not want forward-facing sonar, until they, again, make the decision to do the right thing, you're going to see this every single year. Every tournament's going to get one spotlighting. Every Bassmaster Live, you're going to have 4 screens with some dude looking down at a weenie worm like that. There'll be a cutoff to some guy that's real bass fishing, that's maybe barely on the check line, just to throw him a bone. that people get bored looking at guys with 3 screens in the front of the boat. But until forward-facing sonar is taken away or taken out of tournament fishing, which I really feel eventually it's just a matter of time, you're going to see every tournament get one spotlight, and you're going to see most of the tournaments getting won by anglers that nobody who really knows who they are, because that's just sort of the progression of the way the sport is that Bassmaster and MLF have forced guys to have to fish like this. So that's my prediction, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that, and we'll check in later. See y'all.